This is the 2025 Buick Envision ST. Is it worth every penny? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I borrowed this Envision from my friends at Mike Morgan Buick GMC in Shreveport, Louisiana. And we're going to give you all the details, the highlights on this model. It has an exterior color of Summit White. The interior is ebony with sky cool gray and ebony interior. I think it works very well for this ST, or what is ultimately known as the Sport Touring trim level. When we work our way around to the front on this all-wheel drive model, I'm going to hit the button to first of all lock everything, and you saw a little bit of an animation with the lighting, but you get even more when you hit the unlock button. Hopefully that's showing up properly on the screen. We're going to have the winged LED daytime running lights, the LED projector beam headlights. Tell me what you think about that down there with the headlights right here. LED headlights, LED high beams as well, your low beams and your high beams, and an interesting color combination here on the front. Now you do have some gloss black, in fact a good bit of gloss here, but the thing that's missing here is chrome. And according to a lot of you, other than the Buick Tri-Shield logo, you're not big fans of chrome finishes. At least some of you have told me that. We'll find the gloss black surround around the lower portions of the vehicle, around the fender wells, and with your 20-inch wheels. You will also find a 17-inch spare tire. Hey, 17 inches, it's better than nothing at all. At least you don't have to worry about it being a tire repair kit. The ST logo will be down there on the front doors. Some very nice body lines as we look at what the Envision has to offer. And with our side view mirrors, we have a good bit going on here. Now, the only couple of things that are missing, there's two. Number one, these are manually folding side view mirrors as opposed to being power folding, and you won't find turn signal indicators built in. But what you will find is that they're heated and power adjustable, and your blind spot monitoring is right there. The body color door handles on the front and the rear both have passive entry, so that means you can hit that button right there to lock and unlock all four doors. You don't have to just do that from the front doors, you can do it from the rear as well. Very nice convenience. The roof rails are up top and a panoramic sunroof, the shark fin antenna, and we finish things off here on the rear with the rear roof spoiler. And there is your rear window wiper, going to come in handy in a multitude of ways. And I'll show you what you have back here. Also going to have the animated tail lights back here. And something else that may be a little bit of a surprise to some people. You'll notice that we have the power tailgate back here. That makes a big difference. This cargo cover is removable if you want to do that. And just to show you that I wasn't kidding when I told you earlier, there is that 17-inch spare tire. Here is the remote for your Envision lock unlock. You have a remote start, and you can open and close your power tailgate with the button right there. There's your panic button. Now what happens if you hit that button right there and the power tailgate doesn't open? Maybe you come and use the button that's right here on the tailgate itself right there and it doesn't open. Here's what you most likely need to come look at. You're going to have the control right here inside of the driver's side door, and you'll notice that you have off, 3/4, and max. It's set to off. I did that on purpose just to show you how this works, just in case you run into this little problem here. I know a lot of people do. And now you'll notice that when I hit that button, everything opens right up. Under the hood is the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Puts out 228 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. And one thing that might surprise some people, depending on what you've been cross-shopping, there is not going to be a CVT here. It's going to be a 9-speed automatic transmission. Good news where that's concerned. I know a lot of people don't like the CVTs. How about your MPGs? 22 city, 28 highway, 24 combined, and 4.2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. The gas tank size comes in at 16.1 gallons on a full tank of gas. You should be able to drive about 354 miles in the city and about 450 miles out on the highway. Cargo capacity comes in at 25.2 to 52.7 cubic feet, and you'll find cargo lighting in the rear area, make things nice and bright when you're working after dark in this area. And you will also find the 12-volt power outlet. Here is how everything looks when the seats are folded flat, and as you can see, they're pretty much completely flat. Let's talk about what your second row passengers are going to find. The armrest is large and comfortable. We're going to have the door bend down here. Nice sized bottle will fit in there. And a good look into this interior, again, with that nice sporty look. And also, there is the interior view of the panoramic sunroof. That front portion will tilt and slide open, and you have the power shade that can be drawn forward to conceal that away when needed. The only thing that I wish was different back here is that you cannot change the position of the seat backs. They don't recline. They only stay in one fixed position. It is going to have a little bit of recline built into it. They are pretty comfortable, but I always like to see that recline option. I know a lot of you do too. Fold down armrest with your cup holders built in. And we're going to have the rear seat pockets on the back of each seat. Just a little bit of added storage capacity. And I'd like to see maybe 3 USB options back here instead of just 2. Ultimately, one of each type right there. And we're going to also have our air conditioning vents, but I know that's very important to a lot of you, so you know that it's here. That's good news. One more thing in the back seat area I wanted to point out for you parents out there with child safety seats. You have a latch system right here, and a big advantage, you just move that cover out of the way. It's hinged where you don't have to take it off and keep up with it, and then you can take advantage of that latch system. The sticker price on this model is $43,240. What do you think about that sticker price? I'm going to show you some things that are here that we obviously haven't looked at yet. But one thing that I do think should be here that isn't is a power adjustable passenger seat. It is adjustable, it's just manually adjustable. Nice large armrest and door bin with the front doors a little bit larger than what we had in the rear. Very nicely laid out, and I'd say nice looking dashboard and plenty of room within the glove box. Your upper console will have all of your controls for your sunroof right there and your map lights, your reading lights, and you can see what else is here. In addition to that, you also have your home link for your garage door. 3 different buttons for that you can set. That's going to be very helpful, and we'll find that the shade is right there. I told you about that earlier and did want to show it to you as well. Over here on the driver's side door, we're going to have all the controls for your power windows. You can lock and unlock all of those windows. Same thing with all your doors, lock and unlock. You're going to have the 1 touch down and 1 touch up. Front windows, back windows, 1 touch down, but you will have to hold that button down just like that, or hold it up, I should say, for the windows to go back up. If you're looking for your power parking brake, there that is. If you want to turn the auto stop start off or on, for you those of you who like it, you can do that. And lane keeping assist is going to be right there. You'll also find your drive mode selector here. What exactly are our drive modes? Let's run through and find out. We're going to find that we start with Tour. You have all-wheel drive, Sport, and off-road. Here with your steering wheel mounted controls, I likely don't need to tell you too much about what's going on here. Everything for cruise control is going to be on this side. You do have a heated steering wheel. Definitely don't need that right now in Northwest Louisiana, but some of you may still need that, and I think you know what else is here. Shifter paddles, and then here is your shifter. So pretty easy to deal with. Just put your foot on the brake, pull it back, and then you can move it up or down depending on if you need to go into reverse, neutral, or drive. And to go into park, we go right there. One of the big selling points here, I believe, is the 30-inch screen. Very large, very nice, very easy to deal with, but it's not too much, at least not in my opinion. I like the curvature that we have right here. Gives that driver focus. In fact, this whole area is angled a little bit towards the driver. That's very nice. And on the driver's display, if you say, you know what, Tom, I don't like what I'm seeing there, can I change that? It's very easy to do. In fact, you use this button right there, the bottom right-hand corner, and let's see what you can do as far as those changes go. If you want navigation, Kill two birds with one stone here. Not only can you bring up navigation, but it tells you that there is built-in navigation, depending on what your preference is, where that is concerned. And your head-up display, I don't know how well it shows up on the screen, but it is there. And if you want to adjust it, we come right here. And you can see your adjustments. Then you go to adjust. You can adjust the brightness. We can scroll over and adjust the height. We can also adjust the rotation. Depending on what you want to see up there, you can do that. But keep in mind, you have to press right here and then again right here. Kind of an interesting little thing, but that's how it is. Flat bottom steering wheel. I guess that's part of the sport in sport touring, isn't it? But it is very interesting to see what's here. Now you're going to have the capability to wirelessly pair your smartphone here to the screen. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I don't have anything paired, so those are grayed out. You have Google Assistant, so you can use that to bring up or get all kinds of information, ask a lot of questions, good things like that. Also the Google Play Store. So depending on what you want, I'm not going to be able to show you too much here, but you can see some of what is available up here. But there's a lot more than that as far as that goes, but we're going to go back for now just to show you what else is here. There's Alexa. You can see your settings, which we're going to go back to in just a bit. You actually have two screens worth. As you can see right here, you've got your news and your podcasts, My Buick, controls. Let's go in and see what you have where that's concerned. You can see you have your hill descent control, traction control, auto high beams, park assist. It's all here. And even your camera settings, you also have a few more things going on where that is concerned. But I wanted to go back. Let's go out of that screen and scroll back over here. We're going to go to cameras. The only thing I wish was different where the cameras are concerned is I wish that it took up more of the screen. But it's here. I think it gets the job done, but tell me what your thoughts are on that. I do like the overhead 360-degree view. We have multiple views we can look at, depending on where we want to see. And then you have your side view right there. And we can go back here to the main screen. You're going to have your dual zone climate control, everything right here for managing that. You'll have the temperature right here on the screen. In fact, you can even sync and adjust all of that depending on what you want to do where that is concerned. And we also have our heated seats. Again, something we don't need today, but you know what? It's here, so I might as well show you and tell you about it. Now, something that's very important here, settings. A lot of different information here. You can go in and make a lot of changes depending on what you want to do. But I want to answer a question that many people have. Now, you're going to see a few different things as far as your audio settings and your teen driver mode, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive, climate and air quality, but collision detection systems. A lot of people ask me what this model has. We're going to have automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking, intersection collision braking, adaptive cruise go notifier, side bicyclist alert, and lane change alert. You'll also have park assist with braking, park assist tow bar, rear cross traffic braking, and rear pedestrian alert. There's a lot there, isn't there? Quite a bit going on here. Down here in this area, depending on what you want, you can conceal everything away, or you can open that and gain access to the wireless charging pad, a couple more USB options, and another 12-volt power outlet. Here we control the volume, turn the radio on and off, all that good stuff. There's your button to start and stop the engine. Cup holders, we'll find some gloss black here. Don't play the piano on the piano black finish or it will fingerprint up quite a bit. And Bombay doors, something that you might not expect to find in the confines of a Buick Envision, and a reasonable amount of space within that area. As we get out on the road for a quick test drive, one thing I forgot to mention earlier on the video is that you have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. It's manually adjustable, but it is adjustable. Do you think it should be power adjustable at this price point? I know everybody has their thoughts on that. I'm curious to know what yours are. And we have a nice tight turning radius here. I'm going to wait for this traffic to clear, just a few vehicles coming, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. We don't want to have a viral video by getting in an accident, right? But you do have a nice tight turning radius here. A lot of advantages as far as this Envision ST goes, not only with the tight turning radius, but also with the fact that it's all-wheel drive. So when you get into that situation where you deal with more snow and ice during the year than not, well, this is going to be very helpful to you where that is concerned. And let's go on around this slower moving vehicle. believe it or not, it corners decently well. You do have a nice, comfortable ride quality, so the cornering isn't exactly really tight. You're gonna get some body roll, but that's to be expected. Sometimes when you have nice cornering or cornering ability and the handling is really good, you're going to sacrifice ride quality. So the ride quality is really good here, but you do sacrifice a little bit in the area of handling, but not so much that it's a problem. While this is the sport touring trim level, I don't think anybody is buying it thinking that it's a high performance vehicle of any sorts. And something that I occasionally will receive a question on is, can you leave the cameras up on the screen while you're driving? Obviously you can. I know a lot of people ask me about that. I'm curious to know why you'd like to know about that. Depending on your vehicle, that could be very helpful in some situations, but you obviously don't want to be focused on that area. Stay focused on what's going on in front of you. But that's one of those things that I know a lot of people ask me about, because they say, well, I can't make my vehicle do that. Well, with the 30-inch screen, with this generation of technology from Buick, you can do that. So nice to know, easy to see out of, easy to drive. The steering wheel is very comfortable. I like that, and responsive. It's not super tight steering, but it's tight enough to where I feel in control. I don't like a lot of slop in my steering, and I know most people likely don't. Easy to manage brake and gas pedal. The head-up display is very bright. I like that. That's always nice to see. As you know, you can adjust that in a multitude of ways. You can also adjust the power driver's seat in a multitude of ways, and the steering wheel. So no matter your height, you should be just fine here in the interior of this Envision. I'm 5'10". I have a ridiculous amount of room left as far as space goes. If I was going to take this out on the road for a long road trip, I would adjust things more than I have. But one way or another, you can adjust things so that you're nice and comfortable, so it's easy to see out of. And while you have really the most modern technology from Buick with this particular model, it's not complicated to learn and use. In fact, it's somewhat minimalistic. It may not look that way, but it is easy to deal with. That's always nice to know. I'd say this is a very well-rounded vehicle. Depending on what it is you need or you are looking for, you can find what you need here. So tell me what you think about the 2025 Buick Envision ST. Is it worth every penny? Tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments section. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends at Mike Morgan Buick GMC for loaning me this Envision for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Please share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.